So we, number one, want to get in front of clients, okay, as many as we possibly can within reason. And number two, we want to have a very defined sales process for how we're going to handle that client from the greeting to the consummation of the deal. How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet. Absolutely, positively want to talk to, I'm talking car business now. So we have people in the dealership that'll sell 10 cars a month, which is a good number, by the way. It's a very good number. But I want to talk to the people that are selling 20 and 30, and I want to pick their brains, and I want to get an idea of what it is that they do different than the people that are selling 10. And I'm going to take that information and put that into my sales process. All right. So it's going to be very defined. Yes. Now, and I can tell you at our specific dealership, we have a very well-defined sales process that we believe in, that I believe in. Now, I'm sure it's been modified since I left, but I had a very specific defined sales process, and I wanted my salespeople to follow it exactly the way I instructed them to, because I knew that it worked. And once I could convince them that it worked, and they did it every single time or as much as possible, then they would see the results as well. And so that process is really important. So let's put that off to the side, and let's go back to the clients. If you don't have a process, then again, you could have no clients, bad deal. You could have 100 clients with a bad process. That's also going to be a bad deal. That's not going to turn out real good for you, right? So we want to have the combination of clients and a great process. Okay. Now the question now becomes, well, how do we get clients? So I'm, as you know, Derek, from all the conversations we've had over the years, I'm a big believer in my to-do list. Big believer. And so I have a list of things that I'm going to do pre-planned. Remember, preparation, measure twice, cut once, right? So I know exactly what I'm going to do before I get to the dealership. Okay. And so the focus initially becomes, it goes into creating this list, right? So I do my research, I do my homework, and I find out, okay, what is the most effective way for me to get in front of a client? So one way, and I don't know the order these days, but one way is to call back the people that I talked to yesterday.
That's right.
This morning. Yes. Last week, 2 days ago, a month ago. So I have a process of following up on people that I've actually talked about a car. They've been through my wonderful process, and they might be very close to buying a car. So I want to make sure that I prioritize them first, right? I think at least. Now maybe somebody else would have a different order, but following up on my clients is a very important idea. Okay. So that's on the list, right? Next would be, if I have a strategy for texting my customers, then I'm going to do my texting. If I have a strategy for emailing my clients, I'm going to have a strategy for emailing my clients. And what else can I do to develop clients? I know a lot of the guys at the dealership. I'm sorry, guys and girls. I say guys as a folks, right? Yeah. So anyways, the girls and guys, they have a social media presence. So they do videos, and this is something that has to be on the list, right? And they then, somebody will comment on the video and they return the comments. And this is all very important. And out of that mix comes prospects, right? I also want to follow up on people that I have sold cars to, whether it be this week, last week, a month ago. And I have something in place that says I'm going to call these clients today. It's called, and I don't even like the term. It's called CRM, or Customer Relationship Management. I'd like to formally change that today to Managing Customer Relations. I think if we had it that way, I think it would make a lot more sense to the average Joe, right? The average Jane.
Yeah, I often even call the phrase commitment tracking. What am I committed to? Oh, I'm committed to this relationship, right? With Susan.
Well, that's different though. That's commitment tracking would be different than I'm actually managing my relationships with my clients. I think it's a great way to approach it. And it sounds like I'm doing a play on words, but I'm really not. Customer relationship management versus managing. So my job is to manage customer relations. To me, that sounds different, right? So I want to manage these relations. So with the CRM, the customer relationship system that is in place at the company, there will be tasks that need to be done daily, weekly, monthly. And one of those tasks would be to follow up on somebody that bought a car last month. And here's the day that I'm going to call this person. Yeah. And so let's think about ways that we can communicate with a customer, right? We can call them, we can text them, we can email them,
social
we
media,
can reach out to them on social media. There's different ways to do this, right? I can tell you, if you're going to call the customer, you've got to be prepared to leave excellent voicemail messages. A lot of people are uncomfortable leaving voicemail messages. I am a voicemail master, okay? And so I would leave, because in all due respect, 90% of the time when you call somebody, you're going to get their voicemail. Whether it's intentional, they don't want to talk to you, or it's just they're busy doing something else, but you're going to get a voicemail. And so you got to leave a very good voicemail message, which would be something like this. Hi, this is Jim Shorkey. I hope you're doing well, Derek. I wanted to call today and make sure everything is going well with the car. I want to make sure you know that you can call me anytime if there's issues. I also want to remind you that I'm here for any of your friends. And I'm not doing this real good right now. I would actually sit down and think this through, probably run a couple voicemails into my own voicemail to listen to them. But I would have a very well thought out, good voicemail message. Once I get it done, then I can do the same message every single time with some sense of variance, right? But we've got to get very good at leaving voicemail messages. We can't be in a hurry. There's just so many techniques. That's why I'm saying you're asking me to unpack a lot here. For example, when you're talking on the phone in general, you should always stand up. Number one,
yes,
because you're going to be more enthusiastic when you're standing than when you're sitting.
I know. I always want to do these episodes standing. I'm going to figure it out at some point.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get walking. What do they call treadmill desks or whatever? But let's just say let's say that you understand that. So you're going to stand up, right? You want to smile into the phone.
Yes.
Believe it or so when we communicate with people, the vast majority of our communication is nonverbal, and so that would be your facial expressions, your voice tonality, your hand motions, all these different things that are called body language. Well, they can actually sense that over the phone. And so I'm a person that talks with my hands. So when I'm on the phone, like I kind of am right now, I'm going to use my hands. When I want to make a point, I'm going to point with my finger. And it changes the tonality of my voice. I'm going to smile into the phone, which makes me more enthusiastic sounding when I'm leaving that voicemail, when I'm talking to the client. These are things that we need to work on. This is part of the preparation phase, right? So we want to be prepared to leave great voicemails. We want to be prepared to leave great, to send great text messages, great emails. They don't need to be long and drawn out, but hey, I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me kind of stuff.